another 6 hours, they couldn't capture Ore.
So it's about strategy.
Strategy and tactics will play more important role than the weapons you are carrying.
In your book, you showed pictures of tactics and strategy sessions.
Yes.
You were instrumental to designing some of the tactics.
Yes.
To capture territory.
Yes. Like dilemma strategy to capture Obubra, so that we could have the entire Cross River State. The Scorpion strategy to capture the River State, today's Akwa Ibom and today's Bayelsa.
You talked about the Scorpion strategy.
Okay.
What is the link between Isaac Adaka Boro and the Scorpion strategy?
Okay. That's a very important question, because without Isaac Boro, we would probably have captured Port Harcourt, but it would have been difficult. Isaac Boro made it easier. He knew the creek very well. He could even fire a 2-inch mortar from the boat, from the canoe.
He was a good soldier?
He was not a trained soldier. He was like General Gap of Diebenfu. He was not a trained soldier, but he trained himself with a lot of common sense. General Gap in Diebenfu told me that he was just a teacher, that he was not a general. But when they found him able to move people and motivate people, they kept on promoting him until they made him a general. And he proved himself. The same thing was Isaac Boro. Then let me use this example. If there is a hill and there is a big stone that was rolled down and hit vehicles or hit people and killed people and destroyed things, it is not the stone. The momentum was caused by the hill. The momentum was not caused by the stone. So, if you told a soldier to fire to the right, that's the officer. You fire to the right and we won. If you leave the soldier alone, he probably fire to the left or to the back. So, the part that Isaac Boro played was certain things that I could not have done because I didn't know the creek that much. I only knew that from the map. He taught me how to walk on the creek. All the mods, how to walk. He said I should use your toe. Oga, use your toe as if you are dancing ballet. Say, shut up, I am the commander here. Say, yes, sir, but use your toe. You know, so the way you walk in the creek and in the marsh area is not the same you will walk on the ordinary floor. I told Isaac Boro, when Adekunle sent him to me, to train 300 Rivers people. All the Rivers people that were in Biafra, they ran to him. He trained them in swimming. And they were able to swim across the river in Calabar with their pack, with their equipment, with their weapon, across the river.
He was a leader soldier.
6 people with their equipment will be in the canoe. 8 people without their equipment. When we got to Opobo was when I realized how useful this man had been. I knew he was very useful when we captured creek, it's called Jamestown. I went on a patrol with him in a dinghy. 3 of us. The canoe, the dinghy could only take 3 of us. The person that was driving it, and Isaac and myself. The pictures are in this book. We captured Jamestown. There is a place called Windham Creek. Thank God I could remember some of these things. Windham Creek. How we got there? Biafra did not see us.
Were Biafrans there?
He knew the creek. They were not there. The Biafrans were on the dry land. We went through the creeks and came out behind them.
Oh.
By the time we came out behind them at the creek at Jamestown, They fled.
Fled to where?
And they fled away. Because they didn't want us to capture them. We had surrounded them. We had surrounded them, and that was why he got to Opobo. The pontoon, the government pontoon that used to carry people across, traders across, going to Port Harcourt, going to Eleme, going to Elelenwa, and so on. He captured it intact.
Did he address troops? Did you see him addressing troops?
He was. I put him in the training school, and I call it the C school.
You know, he was a student union leader.
Yes, Nsukka, I was told. He told me that.
Even before the war, he had launched the 12-day revolution.
They told me. He too told me. He told me because I asked him why was he fighting the federal government. He was fighting the federal government because of the oil.
So he was a revolutionary in that war?
Yes. The answer is yes.
He believed in the cause of Nigeria?
Yeah, well, he believed in the cause of the rivers if Nigeria will accept his conditions. The rivers people, if Nigeria will accept his condition. What were his conditions? We will share the oil, we will have majority, you can't have majority. He wanted the oil to be shared among the states in the country, the regions, but now we gave it to individuals. We were silly. We are silly.
So he had that in mind while fighting for Nigeria?
That's exactly why he fought. That's why he fought against Nigeria. You know, he fought against Nigeria to start with.
Yes.
Yes.
Then he was arrested.
Yes.
And later released.
Yes.
And he joined the Nigerian army.
Yes.
So while the army war was going on, he still had that same belief that led to the earlier agitation.
Yes.
At what point did he die?
Well, he came to me that morning to receive his final order. Every commander came, Yemi Alabi, Ayo Ariyo, Romobo, everybody came to me that morning for the final attack into Port Harcourt. It was 17th of May, 1968.
Why were they all coming to you?
Because I was the chief of staff and I was the commander. Adekunle was in Lagos.
Adekunle was operating from Lagos?
Well, wait a minute. I think we've gone beyond that. Adekunle was sick. He trusted that I could handle the division. If he reported that he was sick, they will put him in the hospital, they will change him. He didn't want to be changed. And he believed he would be well. He trusted that. In fact, he gave me some tests like to capture Udukpani. I wrote it in the book. He told me certain places to go and capture. And I went to capture them. And he believed that I could handle the division. That's why he left the division for me.
So they were coming to you.
And I did not want to betray his trust. I did not want to tell anybody that he was sick because he told me not to tell anybody. But every plan that I made, I passed to him.
How did you pass your plan to him?
We have a 301 radio. I had a 301 radio.
So while he was in Lagos, the Nigerian state didn't know he was sick?
Yes.
Gowon didn't know.
But he was still working. He was still collecting supplies and everything. He was still sending things, and he was working even harder than being in the war front.
So?
But he had to be seeing his doctor. The doctor couldn't be coming to the war front.
So Isaac Adaka Boro came to you that morning?
Isaac Adaka Boro came to me that morning to receive his order for final attack into Port Harcourt. The instructions are contained in this book. And he saw that, he knew that, because we've been talking about it. You don't just wake up in the morning and say, this is what you are going to do. He had to tell his men too. You know, I read in my command, he said he gave the order for 1 hour. He gave the order to a division advancing about 100,000 people. He gave the order for 1 hour to attack where? He had to, from the brigades, they have to tell the battalions have to tell the company has to tell the platoon had to tell the section, and it's a division of labor. Everybody must know where to go. And now in the case of Isaac Boro, he made sure that creeks, we should leave the creeks for him. So I left the creeks for him. I followed him up to Windham Creek behind Jamestown, When we captured that place, I left him and came back to move the other troops forward. And because he was there, it was so easy for us to land at Oron. Even though I read in Madiebo's book that they defeated us at Oron or somewhere. But he wrote again in this book that everywhere they tried to settle, they were ambushed. It was the Scorpion strategy. It was the Scorpion strategy.
Who designed that strategy?
I did.
And Isaac Adaka Boro helped you implement?
Oh yes, because the Creek part of it would have been difficult.
So, when he left, what happened? I want to know how he died.
Okay, so he left me at 6 a.m. with his orders. Then on his way to his unit at Aleto Eleme by Okreka, one little building there, he probably could have said, hey, Audley, what's in that house that they locked the door? He went himself. And by 6:30, they came to tell me that Isaac Boro was shot. And they caught one ragtag swine. The picture is in the book here.
A Biafran soldier?
The Biafran soldier that shot him had only one round of ammunition in his rifle. One round of ammunition had shot Isaac Boro.
And that was the end of
That
Boro.
was the end. He never entered Port Harcourt.
He never entered Port Harcourt?
He never entered Port Harcourt.
What was that day like?
Well, first of all, his troops were annoyed. His troops were annoyed. He was commanding 19th Brigade. And they started raining bullets on Biafra. I stopped the attack. We were to arrive at Port Harcourt at 12 o'clock. We arrived at 2 o'clock because I stopped the attack for 2 hours. In my command, Obasanjo said the troops scatter. They were annoyed. They wanted to enter Port Harcourt immediately. No, I had to stop them.